Fire to hire. Yes, as a business owner, you need to learn to fire people and also hire. I'm sure you're wondering what she's saying. You're interested in what I have to say. Yes, as a business owner, sometimes it's like black market where you just hire people and then they resume the job and then you're wondering, okay, so but you're hired to do this. How come you're now, so incompetent at your job and all of that? Well, so for me, it's a different story because when I started the business, one of my weaknesses as a business owner then is actually hiring out of pity. You can come to me looking for job. I love that impact. I love, empowering people and all of that. So it was one of the things that I actually learned the hard way. And what do I mean by that? So when I hire people out of pity, and it now turns out that, oh, they are not that good at the job, they are not performing. And that is coming from a place where I have done my due diligence to onboard them. They have their job description, we have systems in place, they have their SOP and all of that. If as a business owner, you've done all of that and they are still, poor at their job, then there is something you must do. So for me, it was a case of, okay, I have all of these processes, I have my SOPs, I have the JDs, I've onboarded you several times. I'm there to like guide you on what you need to do, and they're still underperforming. Instead of me to fire quickly, I'm still going to be saying, oh, okay, let's give him or her a chance. Let's give her a chance. She will change. It's new to her. She's not exposed to this. If we don't train them now, if we don't empower them now, how then would they, be experienced? How then would they, have opportunities beyond just working at Yatro's lane? How can they get better jobs? How can they be better humans themselves? How can they build capacity? Not knowing that, there's a part of it, there's a downside to that, because at the end of the day, look at it from this angle. You have someone, who probably didn't really have so much experience, and then you bring the person in, depending on that person's mindset to actually learn, if the person is trainable. But, especially when you're in a fast-paced environment, right? And then you're trying to like guide them and put them through on the work, but it's just looking like their capacity, they cannot just take it. And you get to that point where you get to that point where you become really frustrated, explain the same thing over and over again. I'm sure you can relate to that bit, where you have to like explain over and over again to a particular staff. So it gets to a point where they now begin to feel like, oh, what is it? I can't even satisfy these people. It's not looking like, oh, they don't know how to do anything, not knowing that they were not even fit for that role in the first place. Right. So I've experienced it where, despite the fact that, okay, I'm trying to, help this person to become, a better person, they get to that point where, they just feel like, oh, maybe this job is not for me. And then they just quit. Now, what they fail to understand is that all of the time and energy that you have spent trying to bring this person up to be able to serve your business, by the time they're already good at their job, they now take it somewhere else, which is normal. So that's one of the business lessons you have to learn. I can remember my Atafo actually was the one that told us then that if you want to hire anybody, make sure you hire experts. It doesn't matter the money, the amount is going to cost, because at the end of the day, it's going to be like penny wise, pound foolish, And this is one hard truth that we need to really understand ourselves, because we look at the business, oh, my business is still small. Oh, I might not be able to afford a professional. Yes, I understand that. And there's also a part of, you trying to build people up as well. So it also depends on the kind of person you're trying to build, to the point where, okay, now they know it and then you're now settled. Do you understand? So that is one mistake you shouldn't make, hiring people out of pity, and also, you're hiring them and you've not seen any progress. Instead, what you need to do is, when they come into your system, because you don't know their capacity, you don't know what they can do, you have to ensure that you put them on a probationary period, probably 3 months, 4 months, depending on how you want to do it, depending on what's okay for you. Within that 3 months, you check their capacity, you see if they can actually perform. If they cannot perform, it's either at that period you let them know, auntie, tea for thanks for coming, but at this juncture, we cannot continue this relationship. If not, it's going to get toxic. So you can either do that, or after the probation, if you still see that, oh, this person has, that thing that, you can still build on, you cannot put them on a performance improvement plan. Right, to say, okay, I'm going to put you on this performance improvement plan for a month to just follow up with you and see if at the end of this 1 month you still cannot perform. Auntie, I'm sorry, we have to part ways. Yes, we have to part ways, like the Red Sea. So that's one of the things you can actually also do to curb that. So please, when you see that someone is not really performing on their job and you've done everything humanly possible, auntie, uncle, let them go. Yes, I hate to do the word fire because I am all about, job creation and all of that. But trust me, it's not everybody that wants to have a job, right? And they might not be the perfect fit for your organization. So yes, this is the same me telling you, auntie, fire them. Of course, you have your processes, you have your policies where you give them timeline. Oh, at the end of 1 month, oh, please, we cannot do this again because you've done everything you're supposed to do and they're still not changing. Please fire them fast because if those people stay in there, you will be frustrated. You will turn to barking dog, barking dog. It's going to turn to a situation where even for you, it's not going to be healthy for you because you can't even trust them to handle your business well. So I hope this has helped you. It's your girl Yetini Akonde, the fashion entrepreneur, and see you in the next video. Mwah.